Before you chat.
It's time now, everybody, for our chat. And because today we're talking about a museum where you can go to see sculptures and things like that, our chat question, therefore, has to do with museums.
Of course.
Here's the question.
Okay.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yep.
Do you like going to museums? Why or why not?
Do I like going to museums? Of course I do. In fact, the last city I lived in, which was New York, had lots of great museums, you know. And it would be fun just to take the day off, you know, kind of miss work or school, and go to a nice big museum and spend the day. You know, it's very inspiring to go to a museum where there's lots of beautiful artwork around. It's usually very peaceful and quiet there too, so you can do a lot of nice thinking. So what about you? Do you like museums?
Sure, why not? Museums are a good way to spend your afternoon, especially if you enjoy the things in a museum. And I studied a little painting before, so if I go to a museum like the Taipei Fine Arts Museum or something like that, they will surely have some wonderful works of art hanging on the walls, and I'll be able to check them out and think about them for a while, and maybe I will get inspired to do some of my own work. Who knows?
It doesn't have to be artwork either, you guys. You can go to museums that have pieces of history inside. Like the American Museum of History has old cars and old clothes and small replicas, which are small forms or shapes of what people used to live in the olden days, little houses. I love museums like that because I love history. So there are lots of different kinds of museums. Maybe you like musical instruments. I'm sure there's a museum that just talks about music somewhere too.
Yeah, or maybe even sports museums or things like that.
Baseball.
You know, now that you mention, of course, New York City, I remember a museum there that I really enjoy. That is the New York Museum of Natural History, which of course is pretty cool because it's got all those big dinosaur skeletons in there and stuff like that, and bugs
and animals.
And I think there's this big whale in there too. It's pretty cool.
You know, one of my friends worked there. He was in charge of all the insects. So study hard. Maybe that can be the job you get when you graduate from university.
It just might. Well, now we're going to read through our lesson one more time, and we'll look at the vocabulary one more time too.